Welcome to the Mother Daughter-ish podcast. It's your mama's favorite podcast.
And the podcast your daughter always wanted.
This is Miss Dawn.
And Angelique.
From the 713. Houston, y'all. Get connected and stay connected weekly as new shows debut on Sunday, Wednesday, and please check out our Saturday Out and About showcases.
Enjoy the show. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell every woman on the planet that you know about our show.
Here's our show for today. This is Dawn.
And Angie.
And this month for December, we're going to be talking about what every woman should know. Happy December the 28th. And we've got more greatness for you today on our series of things that every woman should know. And what we think every woman should know for today's conversation is how to put yourself first. I'm really good at that because I've practiced it for so long and realized how important it really is. Angie, have you ever heard of Marianne Williamson?
No.
Well, she ran for president a few years ago, but I don't know her just from that. I know her from personal development. And I'll never forget the first time I ever heard her was probably back in 2010. And I bought a cassette tape where she was talking about extreme self-care. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people thought that was kind of ridiculous. Extreme self-care? Like, why do you need extreme self-care? Like, are you dying? Like, not to me personally, but just in the world of conversation. And when I listened to her cassette tape in my car, heading to Austin to my Wizard Academy place up there in Dripping Springs, Texas, I just was so excited that somebody else felt like I feel, because my bottom line is that I'm going to take care of me first, because if I can't take care of me, then you're not going to get taken care of. So yeah. I have to be first. I have to come first. I have to be first. I have to be the one, because I'm the only one that knows what I need, because you're not in my brain. And so when I heard her talking that type of language, I was just like, wow. I'm so happy to know that there's somebody else who doesn't feel like that's a selfish move, but that's actually, really good, mentally for you to be able to put yourself first. So the way that I put myself first, and I think about this all the time when I do go on my little social media breaks, like I just had one a few weeks ago where I turned my iPad off on a Thursday and didn't turn it back on until a Monday. Now, granted, when I turned it back on, there was all kind of greatness on there and all kind of messages and people sending me different memes like they do every single day. So it was fun to catch up, but I didn't touch it I didn't go on Instagram, Facebook, or nobody from a Thursday to a Monday. And so the way I put myself first is sometimes I just have to back away and only give attention to myself. That's what I have to do. To put myself first is to give myself attention. Remember I told you when y'all used to go to summer camp or whatever with the church, and I said in July every year I would look forward to dropping y'all off for summer camp to go out of town or mission trips or whatever y'all were doing, and then I would get in my car and I would drive up to Burnett, Texas. I would stay at the little Canyon Ranch up there, and I would literally just be to myself, by myself, silently minding my own business in my little cabin with no TV, no phone, no nothing. I've written a lot of books up there in silence. I've, gone into the caves and wrote on the river and, all that stuff, just to know that I am putting myself first. And I didn't feel guilty about it, of course, because you guys weren't here. So It's not like I had to be home. I left y'all somewhere else, but this was just something every summer you guys would go with the church and go to mission trip or camp or whatever y'all were doing in that month of July. And then when y'all were gone, I would just go and do whatever it is that I was going to do. So I did the same thing when Savon and Peyton were only ones left here. And every summer they would do a mission trip in Florida or somewhere, Portland, or they would do the summer camp. And every time they would leave, I would just go on off, because I would drop them off in the morning for camp at 7 or 8, and then I would hit the road right after that bus drove off and be like, I'm out. Y'all out? I'm out. How do you put yourself first?
Mine would be setting boundaries and not doing more for others than they've done for me. Ooh. Not pouring into other people's cups more than they're pouring into mine.
At what point, how do you think you were when you realized that setting boundaries was like really, really major?
Probably May this year. Probably maybe maybe last summer, but for real, the end of this May, the end of this year.
Absolutely. And I tell you, it probably makes a really big difference too, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it does make a big difference. I love setting boundaries, and there's different levels of different boundaries for different people, you know. I just don't understand how there are people who don't understand it. They can't just keep pouring into people, and then when their cup is empty and they have no more to give, they still be trying to give to people who not even trying to pour back into them, which is the most selfish move ever. But I guess until people learn how to really, really, really care for themselves and understand that they have to come first, because if I'm not well, I can't help you.
That's
If
true.
I've depleted all of my everything, there's just no way that I can pour into you because I don't have nothing else to pour.
I believe that.
Yeah, so that's a really good tip for anybody. Think about setting those boundaries, but also think about those things that you can do to give attention only to yourself. If that means shutting off all your social media, if that means going into the cabin in the woods, if that means, taking a trip by yourself just to be with yourself, if that means shutting off your phones and everything and just staying in your room for a day or two, do whatever it is that you got to do to boost yourself up so that you're well. And it also helps with your mental health as well, because
Oh yeah.
sometimes you can be giving so much of yourself that when you sit back and you really think about the people that are taking from you but not giving back to you, it can be kind of sad, it can be kind of depressing, it can be kind of annoying, it can cause you to lash out.
I believe that. Yep, been there.
Yeah, been there, done that, right? So this is December the 28th of 2021, and that is our message on how to put yourself first. Please put yourself first before you put anybody else. And I do mean before you put your kids first, before you put your parents first, because you can't help none of them if you don't help yourself. You just can't. There won't be any room for you to. So that's our show for today.
Yes, before we let you go, please subscribe to our channel and share our channel to those you feel like may be inspired or relate to the topics that we talk about, and like and comment on our episodes or Saturday adventures. That way we can talk back with you and share experiences with you.
Absolutely. And until next time, bye for now.
Bye.